the ones that have looked into it, you know, have acknowledged that, yeah, there's something to it, you know, that there's something going on. And a couple of them have looked a lot deeper than others. And I don't really get any like resistance or anything from them. I mean, most of them are, you know, they know I'm a straight up serious on point kind of dude. So, you know, it's not, I think those guys all know that if I say something and I do something like Sons of Liberty, that, you know, I am a man of my convictions, and I'm you know, they know me, you know, they know me pretty well, and they know I'm not going to get behind something unless I really believe it, you know, and so it's really it's not an issue with my guys.
Yeah, with me, it's like I treat my band like my workmates, like the same as anybody else. It's like, in fact, I'm like, are you sure? You don't even want to know, dude, what I'm thinking about. But I will say sometimes it's like, oh, we're planning the U.S. tour in February 2012. I'm like, and our manager was there. I'm like, oh, just so everybody knows, there's probably going to be an earthquake in May, and the new Madrid's are going to affect 7 states. It's going to split the country in half, and you won't be able to travel from one side to the other anymore. And it might make things a little more difficult. And they all looked at me. I expected the look of the typical Harris off on some fucking tangent, but they actually took it quite seriously. and it was like, okay, and then we'll kind of move on. But they all said, like, fucking hell, that's a statement. But still, it's like, come on, man, how do you plan your life thinking about this stuff? It's like, you just got to live.
You just got to go and do it. Yeah, you got to go tackle things, because there's been many off dates. Many off dates have happened already. Nothing really works on the clockwork where you can base your life around these disasters. But from my personal situation, you know, being the main lyricist in the band and having, you know, thrown the gauntlet down on writing Omega Wave in the first place was a bit of a battle, because not everybody, you know, really sees anything close to the way I see in Forbidden. A couple of the guys here and there, but for the most part, they all have a different point of view than me, and a couple of them are exceedingly like the other direction. So it's an interesting battle, but, you know, as far as getting the word out, I'm going to win that battle, because I'm the one who's got to write the words.
Important, though, that they can actually at least support you, knowing that this is your vehicle, bro. You know, that is an angle where you can use to get information to people. You know, it may or may not help anyone. In fact, it might hurt you in the end that you tried to make a difference, and instead you're at the top of the FEMA camp list. But hey,
oh, that's all right. I'll just like, you know, John, I'll go down. I'll go down fighting, dude. You know, I mean, I'll fight for my family first and foremost.
Absolutely.
And this is part of my fight right here, because words are more important than weapons in these instances, you know, and I'm not going to be I'm not going to be a tool. I refuse to be a tool that just lays around and gets used as they want me to be used. You know, I will, if somebody used the term over here on the chat earlier, so when are we going to throw a wrench into the machine? When are we going to throw a wrench in the gears? You are the fucking wrench, people.
That's right. You're the resistance. Look, you want solutions, look in the mirror. It's not, everybody's, the one thing that fucking everybody in the States is looking for is some guy and this worries me, is some guy on a white horse to come in and save us, because that's when shit can go really bad. And I mean, if you think that's not in the program, it is. I mean, it's on the agenda. They're gonna fuck us so hard financially that the guys who engineered the crisis themselves are going to be the ones offering the solution, and they're going to put up, you know, some new puppet that's going to tell everybody exactly what they want to hear, and the IMF and the World Bank are going to completely own our asses at that point, which they pretty much do anyway.
You know, one thing we haven't even talked about, and, you know, we're gonna probably wrap this up pretty quick. I know it's getting late for everybody here, especially Mitch, who's all the way in Birmingham. So,
dude, I'm good to go. It's only 4 a.m., man.
Okay, yeah, you're good to go. But I was gonna say, you know, we haven't really touched on it, but there's another thing they're going to throw into the mix, and we can sit here and laugh about it and debate it all we want to and wait and see. But there's been a massive flux of UFO sightings over the last 3-4 months now. It comes and goes, but it's been really shooting off the hook. And one thing that I've always learned that they were going to, it's always been told that they were going to make a fake, some sort of fake disclosure. And that's something to watch out for, because I believe that it's real on one end and it's extra dimensional, not necessarily terrestrial or anything else. But I do know that if this actually happens, you're probably not going to be told the real story in any stretch of the imagination. It's probably going to be another thing to throw in the mix to move people this way or that way.
Oh, the attention spanner, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like a false flag alien invasion.
That would be another tool totally for the New World Order to dissolve any kind of nationalism. And if all this wasn't a corporate fascist takeover, then I'd say, okay, that's cool. If it's based on our Bill of Rights and the Constitution, okay, but it's not. They're destroying those documents, and that's what makes this so bad, because I don't like the idea of of world government at all. But if it was going to happen, and it was based on the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, then I'd say, okay, I'd probably swallow it a little bit easier. But the only way they're going to get people to go along with this is to have some massive disaster. They're probably going to hit us all at once. Probably going to have the earthquake situations, the wars, finances, and if they bring the aliens into it or UFOs, I mean, it's like
because here's what's going to happen, John. They're going to come down like this, and they're going to go, "Hey, everybody, man, peace and love, man, peace and love."
Right. First things first, they have to dissolve the currency because basically, religion, NASA is funded by the Vatican, and as soon as there is basically the alien thing, that'll affect the whole religion thing. So they'll need to have everything in place before that. So that'll just be something to kind of keep like a sidewinder kind of thing to get people to go like, okay, well, now I'm more concerned about getting blown up by ET than that little nuclear reactor that's going to kill me in 40 years because of radiation. So they won't use that card until everything's already in place because come on, man. I mean, how much, I never go to church. Is it 10% you're supposed to give of your earnings to the church?
Yes, it is. That's your tithe.
So there you go, man. It's like, can they afford to lose that? It's like, no, but unless they can take all the money from the Federal Emergency Management to say like, well, we already got that money. We don't need people's money because they're slaves and they won't have any money to work because it's going to be a communist state anyways. So I'll stop. Someone stop me.
No, that was good thought right there. That's very relevant, and that's probably the reason why they've brought this up numerous times and it hasn't happened yet, because it would need to be so many multiple strings pulled at one time to pull off something of that magnitude. You got to change people's ideologies all at one time to even just the skull crushing reality that religion's a joke. And good luck. I mean, it's going to be a nifty little bag of tricks there.
So we got 3 minutes left. I'm going to go to John first. John, what the hell do you got in the hopper? Where can we check you out? What are you doing? Where can we find you?
Man, you cut out for a second. What was that? I'm sorry.
What do you got in the hopper? What are you doing? Where can we find you? What do you got coming out? Tour dates, new CDs, anything you need to plug. Now's the time.
I'm working on writing the new Iced Earth album now, and we're going to be recording this summer in between the European festivals. And I've written some Sons of Liberty stuff as well, so we'll have an EP out. Just go to IcedEarth.com for any Iced Earth dates and stuff, and sons-of-liberty.net for the stuff we've been discussing. There's links there for very highly recommended books and documentaries to watch. I really recommend people watch Alex Jones' films, Endgame, The Obama Deception. All of his films are really good. America, Freedom to Fascism is a really important one to see.
Zeitgeist.
Zeitgeist. Any Zeitgeist movies, but especially the first one.
Yeah, it has good information in it, but I don't trust. I think those guys. I'm not sure that they're not co-opted on some level. I like the information they're putting out there, but this whole idea of their future vision sounds a little bit New World Order to me. So it makes me wonder if there's, I
a little bit of utopian bullshit.
Exactly, which always turns out to be dystopia, which is what the new Iced Earth album is going to be called. So
Awesome. Mitch.
Dystopia banished.
Yeah, Utopia banished. Exactly. Good old
Dystopia banished.
So, and Mitch, what's going on with Napalm Death? Tour dates, new CD coming out. What's going on with you? Where can people catch up with all the latest Napalm Death?
Believe
news?
it or not, I'm in the studio. I'm sleeping in the drum room here, and have my amp rigged up. But it's okay for me to sleep here because if I'm not playing, then it's quiet. Finished guitar tracks, 9 songs, another 9 to go, maybe 10. And the album will be out in October on Century Media in America, worldwide, Europe, everything. We're going to start doing some shows starting in June. We go to Israel, Tel Aviv, and South Korea into the Ring of Fire of Malaysia, and where's the other place? Singapore. And then
I don't mean to laugh, Mitch, but holy shit. You're going
Ring
right
of
to the
Fire.
center of it.
Know about it. And then, I wrote a few songs on the new album, actually, about, one is about the incidents that's happened in Japan recently, and another one is about everything else that we're talking in the new Madrid zone. So, but it's indirect, of course.
Right.
So people
Symbolism.
who may or may not get it. We have a website. Look for me on Facebook. I'm in Craig LoCicero's friends list, and I have about 600 people left, maybe 666, and you may be the neighbor of the beast.
That's me.
Yep. Napalm, www.napalmdeath.org. You will see nothing of any mention about anything we've spoken about on that, which is fine by me. This is personal taste and nothing more. I am not a spokesperson for this band. This is my personal interest on a research level. I have no intent of what to do. I'm scratching my head just like you guys. So that's it. Thanks for listening. I love you all, and please check out the new album if we're alive to see it.
Excellent.
We'll be there.
Thank you, Mitch, and we love you too. Craig, what's going on this week, buddy? Anything you want to plug?
Well, actually, I'm gearing up. Forbidden's going to record a couple covers for a couple singles coming out. One in the beginning of the summer, one at the end. We got a video we're doing for Omega Wave in June. We're touring the United States coming up in the beginning of June into July, then to Europe for a festival, then back to Australia for a couple weeks, and then Europe for another festival, then Europe for a tour. And we're more busy the second half of the year than the first half of the year, and it's fucking insane because everything's going on at the same time. But live your life like it's not going to happen. Just prepare yourself like it is.
Yeah,
that's what I say.
Prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Join us here next Sunday night. Well, I want to thank Craig, as always, for being here. I couldn't have a show without my partner, who I'm really looking forward to. June 26th, we're going to be face-to-face live together, same room, doing the Omega Wave. That's going to be kind of awesome. We'll talk over each other a lot that day. That's going to be awesome.
Hopefully we just won't be doing it from a boat.
Yeah, exactly. We'll handle it. I want to thank Mitch Harris of Napalm Death for coming on and sharing his opinions and thoughts. And they're only his thoughts, nothing to do with Napalm Death. So just remember, that's all Mitch if you want to blame it on somebody for your nightmares tonight. And John Schaffer of Iced Earth and Sons of Liberty. Go check out the websites. Nothing else. It's a great starting off point for opening your mind. Join us back here next Sunday night, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. Our guest is going to be TNA wrestler Austin Aries, along with somebody else.
No shit.
Yeah.
Kick ass.
Yeah.
See, that's the other half of this. We having a wrestler as a co-host, an ex-wrestler. I can learn. These guys are really smart, by the way. If you missed the show we did a couple weeks ago, these guys are very, very intelligent. A lot smarter than us musicians are, honestly. Even for getting hit in the head.
They're rehearsing that move, man.
Yeah. It's impressive. It's impressive.
And give me a shot, dude. I'm ready. Whatever.
Give you a shot. Come on, Mitch. I've stood next to you. Me and you don't stand a chance.
Oh. So think
now give me a shout if you want me to talk again.
Oh yeah, definitely, Mitch. You're both you guys, John, Mitch. You are awesome guests. This was a really, really great shows. From I'm sure Bill feels the same way. This is my favorite one so far because I think it was good having this diamond of knowledge. Yeah. It was awesome, man. It was awesome. Thank you. And you're welcome back anytime, guys.
Yep, we're definitely going to have
and
you guys
John,
back.
listen, man, I hope to meet up with you soon somewhere. We got things to talk about, I think.
You do.
Yeah, definitely, dude. Definitely. Maybe we'll run into each other in Europe this summer or something. Who knows?
All right, well, tell half of me I said stop farting.
That's an inside fart, everybody. You don't know what's going on.
Inside verging on